at the end of the day. Like, in honesty, we're just gonna go live now.
Like, all right,
that's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna go live now.
Yeah, I just couldn't wait. I can't take it any longer. I just could. I had to get this out of me right now because it's a sad time. I was gonna start this all pumped up, welcome back, all that, but it's sad. It's a sad day. First off, Devin Lee Crimes, how are you?
I was doing much better until like 2 hours ago.
Till the news hit, but for certain occasions.
Oh, sorry.
I just had to give this man the proper interest, the proper announcement that he deserves, because this man right here, not only did he come earlier this year to torch us in the episode prior, he's come back to give us more heat. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy whose belt is bigger than both of ours, Aaron Duvall.
Standing at 6'13", weighing in tonight at a monstrous 285 pounds, the man who will bring prestige and grace to the Heel Turn podcast, your hero who likes to drink Coke Zero, one half of the Kickback podcast, Aaron A. Dizzle. Gentlemen, it's your pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
I couldn't have done it any better. You got to see Devin's reaction. Like,
I was like, man, this is incredible.
Devin was stunned.
When he got to the Coke Zero, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I got props.
Exactly. No, you came ready. You came ready as you do. I
just got the PlayStation Cup.
This man has the controller as the cup holder part, as the hand part. Like, I don't know that. I can't get into that.
Out here playing games. I'm out here being the game.
I'm saying. Come on now. Devin did all this talking yesterday. He was like, I'm gonna be ready. He was like, I'm gonna be ready for Aaron. Devin, we got a long day ahead of us.
Gentlemen, how are you? I'm happy.
Ready for it.
Oh man, we're doing great. Well, at least I am. You tell us how you're doing, Aaron. I mean, you were on here earlier, but you've done so much since then. Like, tell us what you've been up to.
Well, I got a job up about an hour away from my house, so I get to make that commute every morning. But it's worth it. It's a good job. I got really lucky with it. Got the Kickback podcast still kicking.
Yes,
we just finished up season 1, so we're gonna take a couple weeks off. We're adults. We got to recharge our batteries, that type of thing, and then we'll be back better than ever. And other than that, man, just watching wrestling when I can. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's ugly. But I'm still kicking, coming off a cold. So if I hack up along, I'm sorry, but it might happen.
We will not judge you at all. At least I won't judge you. Devin might use that as ammo because Devin has a fire promo at the end of every show. So now we have something to look forward to. You started off this show. So Devin does have the ending statement. I can't wait to hear this. I definitely can't wait to hear this. But to be honest, we have to get into some saddening news because a lot of people, we got more releases from the WWE. Scarlett Bordeaux, Frankie Monet, Ember Moon, Trey Baxter, Karrion Kross, Oni Lorcan. Oh my God. That just hurt. That hurt the soul. B-Fab, Jesse Carmier. If you guys know,
Jesse Kamea.
Jesse Kamea. I read that completely wrong. Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus.
Come on, man. You got to give her some respect.
So right. I know, right?
Jeez.
You got Grand Metalik, you got Lince Dorado, the other half. And you have Katrina Cortez, Nia Jax, and I don't even want to say this man's name, man. Keith Bearcat Lee, and his wife. Just right afterwards, it just got confirmed. Mia Yim has been released alongside Eva Marie. She was right next to her. Eva Marie has officially been released. Not so hurt about that, but to be honest, like that's just ridiculous. And just off of the Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman releases two huge names in the WWE, It seems like nobody's safe at all. Like, Aaron, what is your thoughts on the recent releases?
It's definitely unfortunate. I think, aside from like the big ones like Keith Lee, Karrion Cross, stuff like that, some stuff I think is gonna hurt as well the women's division for sure, because half that list felt like it was, women's division. As much as Nia Jax gets hate, I enjoyed watching her. I mean, in the ring was a little rusty at times, a little wonky, but I was entertained watching Nia Jax, so that one's gonna hurt. Eva Marie, that one hurt too. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the stuff with Eva Marie and Dewdrop. At first, it was a little, all right, what is this? But I came around to it. But I mean, I think they cited budget cuts, which kind of just seems like a blanket answer for like every release that they've done now. I don't know. I don't know if they're freeing up room to pay people more money or to pay more people coming in, because we have the recent news with the ROH. I don't know if they're planning on bringing in like maybe a Jonathan Gresham, a Briscoe brothers, Jay Lethal. I don't know. One person I would like to see if they do go that route would be Dalton Castle coming into WWE. I think he'd be a great fit, but that's just speculation at this point.
Devin, your thoughts?
My painful thoughts. First and foremost, I had to shed a few tears when I saw Keith Lee's name come across as one of the releases. And that one just shocked me the most because like it was just they were like trying to reimagine his character and everything. He's like Keith Bearcat Lee, now he's gonna be this dominant heel, everything's looking up, and then boom, he's released. And like I said before, I believe it was with Malachi. I'm like, they start somebody, they get the car going, they open up the door and just kick him out. Like, why you just couldn't pull over first? But man, it's rough. Like, I saw that they were gonna have all these releases. I didn't think they were gonna be this many. And yeah, like Aaron said, like this really taking a hit on their women's division. Like any people that they wanted, to help on the side of other stars, like now they're gone. It's like, all right. I just feel like there's it got to be something bigger going on. Like I just never seen like so many releases, especially coming after a pandemic. Like in the pandemic, you're releasing people. Coming out of it a little bit, you're releasing people. It's like, dang.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? How much money do you need? And when you think about that, I feel like the person that should be the angriest out of this whole thing is Triple H. Triple H is like, bro, I have built this from the ground up. I've grabbed these people from the independent scene. And you just, not only did you just destroy my brand, but you threw away most of the people that I've brought in that came into NXT, that started NXT, that have built it from the ground up and have carried the torch, have carried the baton throughout it all. And now they get to the main roster. You see Karrion Cross losing to Jeff Hardy and then in a bunch of chains and shackles and can't even get over with nobody. Can't get over at all. Can't win. Even when he was winning, he wasn't over. We weren't invested. He wasn't interesting. You look at Keith Lee. Keith had to change his name. Keith Bearcat Lee, still nothing. And he was losing. He was still on a losing streak. Like, what are you doing to help? What are you doing to help them, to help their representation, like their characters? Like, there was no change. Vince McMahon brought Keith Lee to Performance Center with Otis to train to be more of a bigger strongman style wrestler, and then you let him go. Like, where is the investment at? So I don't. Are you losing interest in WWE, Aaron?
I wouldn't say I'm losing interest because there are things on the program that I do enjoy, like Roman Reigns. It's must-see TV. He is the head of the table. I see Devin smiling.
Yeah.
And I like Hit Row. Big fan of Hit Row. B-Fab kind of taking a hit there, but like maybe they just didn't really see much of them going into the women's division. Maybe they're just going to be a 3-man group. I don't know. There are things on the program I enjoy. I enjoy NXT 2.0. I know a lot of people don't. I enjoy watching it week to week. I think it's entertaining, but seeing these things happen, it definitely does suck. But I think after a while, if you've been watching wrestling enough, these things come to happen. One of your favorites gets released or they go away. That doesn't mean that they won't come back. And if they don't come back, as long as they're happy, they're going to be fine.
I definitely agree. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, that part I agree on. Like, as long as they're, eventually get somewhere where they can utilize their talents and they're happy, that's all that matters at the end of the day, no matter where they go. But man, I just feel like maybe this is like their real way of like saying, hey, we're shifting away from like a lot of these. Like you can just see it coming. Like they're trying to, how WWE is, they like to build people for their, like, however they get over, they want to be the person that was behind how they got over, not coming in like you already have this fan base and people know who you are. No, WWE's like, no, we want to make, how we want you to be. And I feel like that's where they're leaning towards, like, especially with like NXT 2.0, like with more gimmicks now, like, oh, this guy's from so-and-so's place, but he's not even from there. That's not even his name. So I feel like they're really trying to maybe get rid of this, I wouldn't say old, because I mean, it's still plenty of people that, still there, obviously. But I feel like they're really trying to start to shift now in the next few years to this, like, not new phase, but kind of going back to what they were kind of like in the, like before the Attitude Era in a way, with all, the characters and things like that, the bigger than life, people that I think they're trying to go for now.
I mean, yeah, and I like that you mentioned back in the day, because even when you look at WCW, you see a great promotion that pretty much fed threw money at anything and everything, and then went bankrupt, went out of business, and we know the rest is history. We look at AEW grabbing as much talent as they can, and I'm not saying they're grabbing WWE talent, because before they were WWE talent, they were Ring of Honor talent, they were New Japan talent, so they were grabbing Indies talent. Right now, AEW is throwing money at them. I'm not saying that they're going to go the WCW route, but looking at these list of people, can you see AEW grabbing one of them, and will that be detrimental to them? Can you see that being detrimental to them? And I'll throw this at Aaron real fast.
Detrimental to AEW from signing one of these people?
Yes, because at this point, you've seen what the money that has been thrown all around. You've seen, even with them paying to have their sponsorships with Space Jam, having to do getting the Space Jam music for their matches, that wasn't cheap at all. So just them having the money there, Tony Khan even saying, I have more money than you, coming up to Vince. I don't know if he was playing a role or he was legit serious. I'm pretty sure he was serious. Tony Khan don't play. So it's do you think this
Tony Khan does really kind of have like a bottomless wallet, it seems like. And I think that, like, I don't think any one specific person, if they signed to AEW, is going to be detrimental to AEW. I think they're going to sign probably half that list, and we'll see them for maybe a month, and then they'll be on dark for 6 months to a year. Because that's just kind of seems how things go there if you're not CM Punk or Bryan Danielson or Adam Cole Bebe. So I just I'd be cool to see Keith Lee in AEW. It'd be cool to see Karrion Kross in AEW. It'd be cool to see Frankie Monet in AEW. But how consistent am I going to see them? Is just my big question. And I don't think that's detrimental to AEW, because their fan base is solid. They're not gonna shift. They're not gonna go anywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's just, we'll see them for a few months and then never again.
It's just tough because it's like you always see this narrative of AEW, all they do is just sign like just former WWE release, stars. And I mean, it's not necessarily true. Like, they do sign people from, everywhere. But if they take, people from who've been released, like, it's great. But it's like AEW, they're going to have to, how can I say it? People that they bring from WWE, you don't want to have like these expectations like, oh, he's going to do this. They couldn't utilize him here for that. So now they're going to do him, even better over here or her, where it's like, you don't know where they're going to fall really. So it's really like a game of dice with it. Like, you don't know how they'll fall over there. This will work, if that'll work. But at the end of the day, you just want people, they want to wrestle. They want to use their talents. They should be able to, go somewhere and, be able to utilize what they can do.
Right. And like we always say, and to be honest, we shouldn't be saying this as often as we should. To be honest, everybody on that list is insanely talented. They're gonna find jobs somewhere else. And especially in 90 days, most of them will have the 90 days no compete clause. Mia Yim does. As soon as she found out she was released, she retweeted all her information, booking and everything. Like, sign me in 90 days. I'm ready. So that's awesome. Like, just that's positive. It may look salty, but it's positive. It may look like kind of like a shot back at WWE, but it's positive. Like, everything that from Keith Lee to Karrion Kross, they're going to have success no matter where they go because they're talented. I can't wait to see where they go, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do. But right now, we just have to pay our deepest respects, and we're wishing the best for Jon Moxley. Just switching back, since we're on the topic of AEW, Jon Moxley entered in an inpatient alcohol treatment program. So pretty much a rehab for alcohol use. And pretty much 8 years, he's a strong individual, a strong human being. His book just came out, and we talked about that in the last episode. We had a fun time with that. We can't wait for the audio book to come out. That's all we got to say. We can't wait for the audio version. But all in all, we don't know him personally. Well, all we got to say is that we're wishing the best for him. CM Punk's promo on AEW was amazing. But any thoughts, just anything you want to say on the topic, Aaron?
I don't know anybody that's struggled like that personally, but I know it's got to be not easy to deal with from any point, from the person who's struggling to their close loved ones and stuff like that. And it takes a lot to ask for help. And so for him to do that was really, something. And I'm happy for him that he's finding the help that he needs, that a lot of people didn't know that he needed. Because a lot of people that struggle don't really speak up. And that's, what CM Punk hinted on in his promo on Dynamite. And so the fact that he spoke up about it was really, really strong of him to do. And I respect it. And I'm happy he's getting the help that he needs.
Yes, much support and respect to him for what he's doing. And, it's really, like they say, easy to play the tough guy and be like, I'm good, I don't need help. But it takes a real strong, tough guy to say, hey, let me take a minute, let me step back, let me get myself together and get some help. That takes a lot of courage right there. So I give nothing but support to him for that. And like you said, that CM Punk promo was great. And like, it takes a lot, to finally just say, hey, you know what? I need help. I need to, get some things together for my family and for me. So, man, much respect always and support to him.
Man, we love all the outpouring support, especially from the WWE universe, AEW, just everybody that knows him, just on Twitter. Just the positive vibes. It's just been amazing. So, as we all said, we wish nothing but the best for him. He's gonna get through this. We're gonna see him real soon, and I can't wait. Honestly, can't wait to see who he's gonna pretty much murder when he goes in the ring. But going into another medical issue, AJ Styles. AJ Styles has a non-injury. It's not serious, but he's going to be out for a minute. It's weird how they worded it. It's called, like, they said he was going to be out. He's not going to be out for a long, long time, but he's going to be out for a non-injury medical issue. There it goes. Non-injury medical issue. So that could be something along the lines of what, like, I guess it could be like a family emergency that can be discussed. Not saying that it's something as serious, but we're not going to speculate on it. But Aaron, what does that say about AJ Styles leaving? What does that say for Omos, the man that we talk about, say that he can't wrestle very much, but now he's gonna have to hold his own.
Sounds like AJ Styles has the Samoa Joe-itis, the ick, whatever it is that's keeping Samoa Joe out. I think AJ caught it. But no, Omos, he's gonna have to step it up in the ring, or they're gonna have to find something for him to do in the meantime. I don't know what he would do. I could just see them having him come in and just beat people up and just go crazy without AJ Styles around. That, or they might just have Omos off TV until AJ Styles comes back. I don't know. It's up to whatever they want to do. But I mean, I think every time I've seen Omos in the ring, is to me, it seems like he's getting better every time. So that's a positive sign. It's just finding people to work with a guy that size is tough, especially to put on something that's good and that's quality. It's tough because he's like legit 6'13". So I'm interested to see what they do. My guess is either they're going to have him fight Randy Orton until AJ Styles gets back, or he's not going to be on TV. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, definitely with AJ gone, he got to figure out something with Omos. And I like how you point that out, because I always notice, like, you know, how he's such a giant compared to, you know, most people that him and AJ are in the ring with. It's like, who is he going to ever, like, kind of work with to get, like, a real decent match out of if it's just him solo? And it's really tough to see currently because it's not really that many of his size that's on Raw or SmackDown. And so it's gonna be really tricky to see how they'll, you know, carry with him. Like, he is getting better, but it's still got ways to go. And it's just like to work with that size and everything. I'm excited to see what they'll do with him. But I got nothing but kind of optimism for him. Isaiah's made me feel like he just do everything fast, apparently, to the commentators. But
like, yeah, because we're watching this man run 2 miles an hour, and you just said, "Look at the speed of Omos." I'm like, yeah.
Now he got that roundhouse kick.
Yeah, now he has the death-defying roundhouse kick. I'm terrified. I'm terrified every time he whips it out. Like, now just getting away from Omos and going into SmackDown, because I have a question for both of you guys. Who's more entertaining with Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns? Because both have long runs with Paul Heyman as champion. I do love me some Brock Lesnar. Devin love him some Roman, and the thought just came to me. So I'll start off with Aaron. Aaron's the guest here. Who do you think was better with Paul Heyman?
Who do I think was better with Paul Heyman? Neither. I'm going with Caleb Braxton, baby. Woo!
Oh my
Caleb Braxton.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, I actually mess with that.
You telling me those segments aren't entertaining?
Oh, they are amazing.
Behind him.
They are amazing. But the way he described it and why he was just like, she just thinks I'm irresistible. Like, like, I'm like, why does it have to be like this? And then she dresses up for Halloween. That was awesome. That was perfect.
But seriously though, I think this is a tough one because he's different with each of them in a way. I would say I've liked the stuff he did with Brock more because I feel like he was more involved. I feel like this is like the storyline with Roman and Brock now is the most involved I've seen Paul with Roman in regards to like matches and stuff. Because before he would just like sit there, look all weird, hold the title, and then take a phone call. And now he's kind of like more involved with Roman and stuff like that. So my answer is with Brock. I'm going to say I like Paul Heyman more when he was with Brock.
Devin?
This is tough. And you just like to try to make me go against the tribal chief. I'm happy that this like really, excites your Thursdays. But man, it's just when I look back at like Paul Heyman moments and like things he's done, like currently with him with Roman, it just hasn't been like, it's been great for Roman for the entire bloodline and everything. But like, if we're gonna isolate Paul Heyman's role in it, it hasn't really risen until hit the table. It hasn't risen until you brought Brock into the picture. And I'm gonna lean towards Brock in this because I just think about moments where like you have like Paul Heyman like antagonizing like a Vince McMahon in the ring, with when Brock had F5'd him and Vince came out with the crutches and everything, and like you're thinking like, oh, Paul Heyman's just gonna beat him up, which what's Paul Heyman gonna do? And then Vince McMahon starting to beat him up, and then you hear that Brock Lesnar guitar thing. You're like, oh, it's just like moments like that where like they both kind of go hand in hand. You got the, hey, Paul, say something stupid, it's so, I guess probably it's like how long they've been, he's been his advocate. They've been doing, work together. That's probably why. Not saying like if Roman had equal amount of time, I kind of don't see it because Roman can talk on the mic for himself, whereas Brock, it's pretty much like Paul is there to kind of be Brock's mouthpiece because you're not gonna really see Brock do like promo after promo. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I gotta lean with Paul being with Brock being better than. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but
yeah, you couldn't even say it. It looked like it was about to break you. Like,
yeah, I was like
no, but I like how you brought up the moments because the only reason why you could pick Brock in this situation is because of the moments that he's had. Because when Brock Lesnar beat the streak and Paul's in the ring, oh my God, or like crying, freaking out. You have every time Brock is sending somebody to Suplex City, like Paul Heyman has the title, like it's like the boxer ladies, like the ladies doing the round one. Roman, like Paul Heyman's just walking around with the belt. Like Paul Heyman has done so much with Brock. He just needs to do a little bit more with Roman, a little bit more bigger and better stuff with Roman. And I don't know what Roman can do. I don't know what Roman can do at this very moment to one up himself right now. I mean, if he beats Brock, he has to beat Brock clean pretty much. As soon as he beats Brock clean, I don't know what else Roman can do at this point. Who would be a great challenger? Now, we was talking about this the other day, Aaron. Who is up next for Roman's title when Drew McIntyre came to our heads? Do you know anybody else that can be at least after Brock?
Drew McIntyre seems to be like the go-to because that's the first name that popped in my head as well. But I don't know. I'd like to see maybe a Jeff Hardy get another run, and go after the title. I'm trying to think of who else is on SmackDown, to be honest. Okay. Maybe a Nakamura. I would like to see Shinsuke versus Roman. That'd be pretty fun. Maybe a King Woods versus the Tribal Chief.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be pretty fun to watch, because they had a Hell in a Cell match on Raw that ended pretty gruesome, and King Woods could look for some royal revenge or whatever. So I mean, those things would be fun, but I think Drew's going to be the guy that goes after Roman next. But yeah, I would like to see Nakamura or King Woods. That'd be fun.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot. It's kind of like a small little interview. We just giving you small little recaps of the heel turn. And one of the recaps is Devin came onto this very podcast a couple weeks ago and was yelling at the microphone, just turning purple in the face, just getting aggressive, talking about stipulation matches and stipulation pay-per-views and how they shouldn't exist. Devin, am I on the right track?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was heated.
So
oh, sorry. I'm about to get all fiery again.
Oh no, it's just pretty much I want to know what Aaron thinks about. Do you agree with Devin? And I'll have Devin. I'll have your response right afterwards, Devin. But do you agree?
I think that having a theme for a pay-per-view is fun, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. One that I looked to a lot and that I remember watching a lot fondly when I was younger was TNA Lockdown. Every match was a cage match. Did every match need to be a cage match? No, but it was crazy. But I get why they won't or haven't recently had every match be a stipulation, because it kind of takes away from the more important matches like the World Championship and stuff like that. But I mean, I am kind of in the same boat as Devin. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it, or just don't do it and figure out something else.
Yeah, this last Extreme Rules was like the nail in the coffin on my whole point on this, because I'm it's Extreme Rules, and literally the only match that was Extreme Rules, which I get, it's the biggest match because it's supposed to, Universal Championship, Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. But it's Extreme Rules though. It could have been another match, the triple threat with Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, and Damian Priest could have been a triple threat Extreme ladder match or something. It could have been something more to feed into the whole Extreme Rules theme. Why even call it that? You might as well just go ahead and call it Judgment Day again or Vengeance again. where it's just like, obviously this is a bigger show from your regular Raw and SmackDown, but it's not a stipulation based thing where like you're expecting every match to be a TLC match or you're expecting every single match to be a Hell in a Cell. It's just like, so when things come, when you thought, like, I remember you had brought up, Isaiah, Izzy, that it's gonna be it's gonna be
like, which one am I?
Because you always say I never call you that on the show, so I'm like, let me try to get it out there. But you had brought up that Hell in a Cell is usually like that match where like that's where the feud end. Like, these guys have been fighting in a hardcore match, then they fall in a steel cage match. Now we got to put it to a Hell in a Cell. That should be it. But it's like we see it, a whole pay-per-view of it kind of like takes away that like whipping it out like, oh, I'm gonna take you on in the Hell in a Cell. Like, oh shoot, okay, you expecting like some crazy stuff to happen. Now this should be it. But now it's a pay-per-view. It's kind of like, oh, Hell in a Cell's coming. I guess we got to fight in there. Oh, Extreme Rules is coming. I guess we got to have an Extreme Rules match. Mm-hmm. Was trying to have an Inferno match, but I got to have Extreme Rules now. Like,
man, I think nobody, unless AEW want to get into some of that, I don't think we're going to see another Inferno match in WWE unless Kane want to rust off the mat and wobble into the ring. I don't know. But now we got to get into our favorite part of the show, the dream match. And right now, this was kind of tough because I changed it up a little bit.
Title back on for this one.
Yeah. Okay, here it goes. And now we gotta.
He said, "I gotta let y'all know. I gotta let y'all know what y'all dealing with."
Because now, this was a tough one. I changed it up on you, Devin. We have Finn Balor taking on Eddie Guerrero. Now, this I can't even put into words how crazy this match would be. Aaron, who you got? And this could be either Demon Finn Balor, don't matter. Either or. We want the best of the best. Yeah, the best of the best. That means top Eddie Guerrero, top Finn Balor. Because, Devin got to be specific with it.
I think Demon Finn Balor versus Eddie Guerrero is going to be crazy. They're going to have like a 30-minute spectacle, this, that, and the other. But Demon Finn Balor looks like he's going to win. Get up on the top rope. What happens? The rope breaks like an extreme rule. You figure out who did it. It was Eddie. He loosened the ropes the whole time. He cheated his way to win again. Eddie Guerrero comes out on top.
That's perfect. See, that's the craziest part. This man had a finish to his dream match. That is the wild. I don't even think we ever came up with it.
It just got me.
We usually just be like Eddie for the win and just get like after we like say what we have to say. We never had a finish.
It got me because he led me to think like he was going for Finn, but then he was like the turnbuckle break. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so you had Devin on the edge of his seat, and we debating. I was like, see. So Eddie for the win. Devin, who do you have?
I'm taking Demon Finn Balor in this match as well. Okay, mine is any turnbuckle malfunctions. Mine is like, if that doesn't happen, then I think we should be okay. But I'm gonna take Demon Finn Balor in this match, just because of.
Until you hear his theme song come on, everything turns red.
Hey, see, and if like I said, no turnbuckle malfunction, I think he taking the W. But man, I mean, I'm not trying to take away anything from Eddie Guerrero. I feel man, that's a tough. Why you have these tough dream matches, man?
This is the point.
I know. It just be like, dang, all right. Shoot, that's a really type of equal footing right there. But I'm gonna lean towards the Demon in this one, minus any turnbuckle malfunctions.
Minus any turnbuckle malfunctions.
I just had to use that for future references now, like.
Look, this is tough. This is real. I can see it going both ways. Without choosing Demon Finn, with just going straight Finn, I think he does have a great chance. If he's Prince Finn, if he's at his greatest, the man that just doesn't care, he's trying to do whatever he takes to win the NXT Finn, the guy, he badass. Like, he not only was he was really fast, he was more resilient, very resilient. So if we see that type of Finn, IQ is through the roof. The man's close to 40. Like I'm like the man's touching 40 or is 40. Like
doesn't seem like it.
But he's exactly. I can't even say no. He just looks really young. He still looks young. So Finn, I gotta put his IQ into effect. I got Finn Balor for the win. I'm
the only one picking Eddie.
I have to make it challenging.
Oh my God.
I gotta make it challenging. I do like Eddie's chances. I do. If Eddie's lying and cheating his way, I do
loosening turnbuckles.
Yeah, loosening turnbuckles.
I like that. Like segment. I just like how they like the next like SmackDown. They find out like it's in black and white. Like it was me. They're showing him like before the show. That would be so great.
Man, Eddie was just creative in his own right. So you I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough, but I think Finn can see through all that. I definitely think Finn can see through all that. Because he's
like Aaron really made me want to see this like back in like on a SmackDown back then. Like this whole story play out. Like it's all like calculated. Like Eddie knew he was gonna go up there for this finisher, and like I'm gonna just loosen. He usually does it in that corner. Like man, my bad. I just got a lot out of this.
Yeah, I'm saying. And you know what? Since we love your company so much, Aaron, before we close out the show, we got 2 questions for you. Just 2 questions. Not 2 words, but 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Now, me and Devin had an earlier conversation about what was our favorite moves. What was our favorite certain move set that a person did. And one of them was a super kick. One of them was a super kick. One of them was a power bomb. You can definitely take your time, but man, who just did it the best? You can say either or, but the super kick or the power bomb, but man, who did it the greatest?
My favorite super kick has got to be Adam Cole, baby. Especially the one, it was a takeover. It was him versus Ricochet. Ricochet went for the moonsault. He caught him like upside down. That was nasty. That was insane. And then powerbomb, I got to go with my man, big sexy Kevin Nash. The jackknife powerbomb, he gets him up 7 foot, just drops him. He doesn't even bring him down. He just drops him. Oh, the best. The best.
You know
Especially
what?
when he did it to like Rey Mysterio, who was like 5 foot nothing. He just, bam. Oh, give me a jackknife powerbomb every day.
You know what? I like your taste, Aaron. I like this guy. Devin. See, I don't have, usually at this point in time, I'd be stressed. I'd be looking at Devin. I'm like, look, but we already done argued about the dream match. Devin already done drank his like 5th. His eyes are already bugging. Like he's like, bro, like I know you're wrong. And when I see you, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm like, man, I'm terrified. Devin be scaring me.
I just be trying to survive out here.
Look, but all in all, we do have fun here. So Devin, it's about that time. Is there any last words you have to say after you done spazzing?
I forgot to put on my watch because I didn't really need it, I guess, because I figured it had to be time. It had to be time for my 30-minute speech, apparently, because I guess I just bore the heel turn community with all the stuff I say, which from what I've heard, it's not true. So it's been great having the great Aaron on here, the guy who roasted me to start. But it's all good. It's all good. I took time to remember. He had his championship. He kept saying he had a better championship. And I dig the championship. I really, really do. But, hey, I don't need championships on here. Everybody know what I do. They know when I speak. They know they're going to listen. They know they're going to enjoy it. Isaiah see how he rubbing his face and everything because he know everything I'm saying is true. And, hey, like I told him, he be getting me in dream matches. That's fine, because he likes to pick out all these little, if this light bulb is out, of course, before they come out, then he's not gonna be able to step into the ring right. That's why he'll lose. So that's why he get lucky. But when it came to predictions, nah. So I like how I kind of aim this a lot towards Isaiah's, because he like to start stuff. But That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't get to say it. My catchphrase of the heel turn.
That was the most. I'm gonna start calling you Babyface Devin. That's gonna be your name, Babyface. That was the most babyface promo I have ever heard in my life.
And he went after you.
Yeah, and he mainly went after me.
Oh no, because
he was like over there with his belt looking good.
Then I looked over and I looked over. I seen him looking like this. I had his hand on his face. I'm like, oh, you bored? Oh, you okay? You're next.
I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
Turned into
Devin
Goldberg.
said anybody can get it.
I had like my goatee.
I don't know.
I'm like,
I don't know the way Devin admired your belt. That's what I took from that speech.
Cause it's nice. It's nice. It really is. I give props when props is due, unlike somebody else.
You know what? I want to have Aaron here to bury you every day, every week. Every week, we're gonna have an Aaron burial segment, and Aaron's just gonna have a promo. It's gonna be 2 minutes.
It's gonna take a lot of dirt to bury me, brother.
It's okay. Yeah, I ain't worried. It didn't take a lot to bury the Undertaker, so it was like it's cool. But look, thank you guys for watching. If you are on YouTube, thank you for listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at _the Heel Turn. You can follow us on Instagram at the Heel Turn Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Aaron, again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Aaron.